Hey, this is Elliot Fishman, and I'm live. Where am I? I'm in my hotel room, Disney Yacht Club, Orlando. Great place to be. I'm at the NDIS meeting. This is the last day is tomorrow. Terrific meeting. Gave a bunch of talks on the GU, kidney, adrenal, some AI stuff, some leadership talks. It's been really good. Heard a lot of other people's talks. Really good. So very exciting. I'm in my hotel room. It's beautiful out, 85 degrees. But um, glad to be here with everybody. Now, I guess my talk tonight is AI 2023. I couldn't think of what to talk about. No, that's only joking. One of the talks I gave yesterday was on AI. I looked at some of the stuff from RSNA. I looked at a lot of the announcements that came out. You saw announcements from Google working with RadNet, a couple other companies. You saw announcements from Microsoft. You saw announcements from NVIDIA. You saw a lot of people working together. You saw a lot of positive results, a lot of FDA approvals coming along, a lot of good patient vibe. I asked a question yesterday to the attendees, how many people feel that within 2 years, AI will have a major impact on their practice? 100% of people raised their hand. It's mainly a private practice audience, so you know that they know where AI is coming. They know that everything is going to change. And I don't think they really have a fear. They may want to know how it's going to change, what else do they need to do to prepare for it. But I think radiologists, we've been in a field of change, be it CT, MR, ultrasound, PET, nukes, fluoro, everything is always changing for radiology. So perhaps radiologists are in better shape than most other people, recognize that change is inevitable, and change has always been good for us. We've always had new technology. AI will change how we do things. It potentially can make things more challenging. A lot of the articles coming out now with AI showed that if you take, like with fractures, if you take someone who's average, be it an orthopod or a radiologist, with AI, they can become like an expert from special surgery. Chest, the same thing. It improves the accuracy of radiologists. It improves the accuracy of non-radiologists. So radiology, we're going to have to be on top of things, adapting and using things. You don't you don't want to have other people take it and run with it. A challenge for radiology, we spoke about this before, is being home. We're going to have to be at work, or enough people are going to have to be at work, really interacting and showing we have control, and not that we're far away and just things happen. Because if we're far away, I think it's going to put us at risk for other people, particularly if AI is that good. Then people who've always wanted to do radiology, ER docs, orthopods, pulmonologists, cardiology, they may say, look, I know radiologists are better, but with AI, we're the same. And we know the clinical, and we're at the hospital, and we're here, and you're not. So I'm just saying, or I'm asking the question, we're going to need to be engaged. We're going to need to be here. Now, not everybody, I think working will be a hybrid model. Um, I speak to my colleagues, particularly people with kids. The hybrid thing, being home a couple days a week and working, is such an advantage to them and their life and their children and everything that it's hard to argue. I think I have a different feeling about if you're 100% home. It could be challenging. You need to have enough people in house, and we'll see how it plays out. But if you ask me, are we going back to where we were, everybody in all the time? The answer is no way, no how, ain't going to happen. And I don't think it's unique for radiology. Now, obviously, our technologists are going to be in, but other fields, whether you're working at Apple or Google or Facebook or Pixar or anybody else, it'll be interesting what happens, because people have been in 3 days a week. People don't want to come back 5 days a week. The big tech companies want people back 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Where that all pans out, I don't know. With a economy that's doing a little bit more poorly, resources becoming tighter, I think the leverage is going to swing from the employee back to the employer. So it may give them a little bit more leeway on what they expect from people. I think in radiology, everyone is so short staffed that it's, hey, guy, you want to read the films. You're good at it. You're going to read a lot of them. Stay home, stay in Colorado, stay at the Disney Yacht Club. No problem. Do a good job. We love you, man. That's what the answer is going to be. AI, I think this is the year where a lot of the transition is going to be from theoretical to practical. More apps are being approved and more things are being put out in the marketplace. So I think that's very exciting. I think that the results that are coming in are very good. But again, results from a study in one or two institutions compared to 1,000 people using it is always going to be more challenging. But I think you're going to see more testing. Um, you're going to see that breast first, perhaps chest trauma, particularly musculoskeletal trauma. I think areas where there's lots of variability in reads, areas where people are overwhelmed, which is basically every area. But I think those are the ones with the most FDA approvals. Those are the ones with the strongest numbers in terms of being multi-site, in terms of being multi-vendor. So I think that's going to be very exciting. I think you're going to see, I have no doubt, um, new teams forming. I mentioned some of the Googles joining with companies, the merger of companies, or maybe not full mergers, but the cooperation to work together. People want to get things done, resources, those people with the data, those people without the data. We're working closely with Microsoft on the AI for pancreas with their philanthropic organization. So, again, there's lots of ways of doing things. I think the key is combining the data, the experts, which is us, with the experts in computer science and AI, which is not us, but other people, be it Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, IBM, you name the company. They have a lot of good people. So I think it's very exciting. And these are the days where we are moving in that direction. I think people realize arguing and fighting and splitting and doing this, that, and the other is okay for a while, but you really need to accomplish things. And I think people realize that it's probably easier to team up, share, work together, and go from there. You also know the NIH has new rules in place where if you get grants, you have to be willing to share your data. So all of a sudden, all of those institutions which didn't want to share data but wanted NIH money, now it's going to be you want NIH money, you better share your data. That will change things, I think, pretty extensively, pretty quickly. And that's nothing to do with any one institution. And the institutions that take money from the government, from the NIH, which is all the big institutions, are really going to have to share. It's no longer going to be, oh, we'd love to share, but we can't. The NIH has rules. I think when you apply for a grant now, you're going to have to explain how you're going to share the data, where the data is going to be stored, how you make the data available. And if you don't do that up front, you're not eligible for the grant. So that really is the way of doing things. The government's saying, you want our money? We got to share. You want to be our friend? You got to share. You want to do stuff? You're going to have to share. So I think that's good. The person who benefits the most is the patient. At the end of the day, our goal is to do discovery. Our goal is to make less errors, do things better efficiently, and improve things for our patients. And so I think 2023 is going to be an exciting year for AI. We have a few articles in press that are coming along. I think you'll be impressed by the work with Microsoft. You'll be impressed by, we look at 2023 as a real transition year, a real exciting year, and we look forward to sharing it with you. So I'll stop there tonight. I thank everybody for being here and see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.